All right. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Deconversion Stories. See, I couldn't hear that. The sound didn't come through for me. Could you guys hear that? Or?
Nope.
It came through on the stream.
Oh, it came through on the stream, which is really what's actually important. Who cares if we hear the intro? We've heard it a million times. So
it was playing in here in the meeting for me too, and I heard the song a lot. About 3.5 seconds apart from each other.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, at least it came through. But yeah, today we have our guest is Flabbergasted, who I actually just one day scrolling through TikTok and he popped up on my TikTok for you fucking algorithm thing or whatever. And I like this guy. I like what he has to say. I want to hear about this guy's story. So I'm going to send out an invite to come on the show. And he's like, yeah, sure. Why not? What the fuck? Let's do it. And here we are.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that actually wasn't my first time talking to you. I think I mentioned when we started talking on DMs, I talked to you when you were hosting on the line with Matt.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I've done that a couple of times now with Matt. Yep. And, it was always a dream of mine to do a show with him. So it was pretty cool to be able to do something with Matt. And he's had me back at least once, and he may ask me to come back again. So you never know.
He should.
I'm looking at your TikTok here. Do you ever do lives, or is it just like you put out videos?
I've done a couple. I'm going to start actually be doing a lot more lives, but not on my own, TikTok. So
because I'm looking at your profile and I'm like, do I know him too? Like I'm looking like the Atheist TikTok is not that large, you know what I mean? So I'm like,
right?
Familiar.
You'd be surprised.
There's quite a few.
I don't know
each other.
Yeah, I'm kind of new on the scene. I've only been going for maybe about 3 months, and I haven't posted anything the past couple of weeks. I've been a little bit lazy, as it were.
Truth be told, I'm a little high when I'm on TikTok, so
no.
I mean,
only on TikTok?
Yes. You have to be high to go through TikTok because you will see some moronic behavior that you didn't think was quite possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it makes
been watching my
content,
stuff, haven't you?
But at the cost of how many brain cells, really?
Brain cells? You guys still have brain cells? Jesus.
I pre-lubricate my brain cells in THC. That way, when I go in there, just kind of rolls off.
That's true. That's a level of protection I haven't considered.
Like Rain X, you put the Rain X on the windshield, then the storm comes, you're like, ha ha, everyone's using their wipers. I'm so smart.
I heard that shit fucks your windshield up though over time.
It's oil.
Does it?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just
I don't know. I've never used it, so I don't care.
It evaporates like in a day.
All right. Well, what we do on the show here, Mr. Flabbergasted, is we talk to folks about how they found their way free from their previous belief systems. So we sort of like to, what I do is I say, just start telling us your story. And if we have a question or something, we might throw up a finger or go, hey, whoa, hold on, explain this or explain that or that kind of thing. So why don't you sort of take us back to those days of being a believer-ish of whatever flavor you were and take us on that journey of how sort of things started falling apart and you found your way free.
Yeah, well, I grew up like in a religious family, kind of jumping around between churches and religions, but ultimately I kind of identified with like Calvary Chapel, Midwestern.
What the hell is that?
Evangelical. You don't know Calvary Chapel? Oh boy.
No.
Calvary Chapel is a religious church organization it's not just in the Midwest, but it's very popular in the Midwest. They're in California, they're on the East Coast too in some places. And it's a evangelical, non-denominational kind of Christianity vibe. And so yeah, it's kind of that. It's not directly associated with things like Focus on the Family, but you get a lot of Focus on the Family vibes from them. A lot of James Dobson influence.
Right.
I grew up. I even did a year of Focus on the Family homeschool when I was middle school. So that was fun. And yeah, so I grew up in kind of those kind of like non-denominational evangelical vibes.
Do they make a lot of like the homeschool curriculum? The Calvary?
Yeah, Focus on the Family.
Yeah.
Well, so Focus on the Family makes a lot of it.
Okay.
A lot of those homeschool curriculum. And so that's like the stuff that I kind of grew up on. The stuff that was very much like science denial. I think different organizations do it as well now.
Do they teach evolution?
Yes, they teach us a lie.
Oh, is that what they do? Okay.
Yeah. Evolution.
They teach it as a curse that is hurled at you.
It was very much the kind of rules for thee, but not for me. Like, oh yeah, evolution is fine for like all the other things, but not us. We're special. So it wasn't young Earth creationism. It was like old Earth creationism, and evolution was a thing for everything else, but not humans.
Of course.
That's like the moon is round, the sun is round, but the Earth is flat.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I'm willing to bet that you got a massive crossover of people who grew up in that environment and those people.
100%. That Venn diagram is a circle.
Maybe not a circle. I'm outside of it. Like there's at least a sliver.
Well, you're gone now, so.
Well, it's the circle, and you're in the moon part of it. That's out on the outside.
The hologram.
I'm just orbiting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just a satellite to it.
Yeah, there you go.
Watching from afar, like, I remember those days when we were
pointing and laughing, as our moon does. Yeah.
And
it does mock us, doesn't it? It mocks us sitting up there, plotting.
It's moving away.
It doesn't even
slowly,
turn around.
So.
It stares at you. It constantly stares at you. It never turns. It's just.
It's like a picture on the wall. You walk past it and the eyeballs follow you. Like same thing with that damn moon.
Yeah, I don't know if you know that the moon is actually a camera. That's why it never turns. Just watching it all the time.
It all makes sense. You know what? I didn't get to that chapter in my new favorite book that everyone should pick up. It's called Birds Everywhere. The true story of mass avian murder and the largest surveillance campaign in U.S. history. I'm glad the U.S. government didn't know that the moon was a camera, because that would have been next. First the pigeons, then the moon.
Yeah.
There's a camera up there, so.
Yeah. Confirmed. Yeah, it's just not the moon. There's a bunch of them up there. There's not the moon.
Looking at us.
Right. That's the best part. All these conspiracy theories, like you don't even need them to have all the same beliefs.
Mikey.
It's fact, bro. These are how many pages? These are not blank pages.
They should.
Cassie, you have a bird in your house. What are you talking about?
And apparently, it's a camera.
Yeah, you hear the little squawk, squawk, click. Like it's taking pictures of everyone.
I'm just a parrot gonna sit on my roost. Boom! It makes like the charging sounds. Like, hey. Plug your
you
phone
see a little flashing light. Like
have a bird.
Suddenly, it stops flashing. Stops flashing because it's fully charged now. Right?
Oh, look, his feathers are turning red. That's how you know his battery. I mean, he's hungry.
Well, I mean, you can actually tell the bird cameras that are made in Japan versus the bird cameras that are made in the US. Because if they're made in the US, they don't have the sounds because you can turn them off. But if they're made in Japan, it's illegal to turn off camera sounds. So the birds are making clicky sounds just like the cameras because you're not allowed to turn them off in Japan.
Cheatery. It's the same thing. Anyway, before Neil started distracting us with his camera talk.
It's all my fault.
Thanks for the conspiracy theories. I'm gonna have a hard time going to bed tonight, just like being all paranoid.
The cameras will be watching when you go to bed.
So the birds might have camera, but at nighttime the bats have video cameras. So
night vision. Oh no, echolocation vision. Oh, that was
echolocation.
A sound
sonar.
Camera?
It's sonar. They operate off sonar. They're just like recording things from sonar.
I can't get into this right now. So you were you went to Calvary, and that was fun and horrible.
I went to Calvary.
And they made you take some of their funness for the family indoctrination stuff. Like what other kind of stuff was in there? I'm super curious now.
Oh boy. I don't know. I may not look it, but I'm kind of old, so it's hard to remember all the details.
Yeah, I don't look old either.
No, not a day over 27.
Just let me grab my cane.
How about shake your cane at him, Neil?
Yeah. Get off my lawn!
I was drinking.
Oh, perfect timing.
So, like so we did. I mean, most of it was like it wasn't homeschooling the way you usually think of it. Usually, like you'd go to different people's houses and different parents would like teach different things. So it was a really horrible education because none of them were actually qualified to teach anything. And I know this because my mother, I love her to death, taught me classes too, and she's not a teacher. Not a teacher.
Thanks, Ollie.
And depends on the dirt. And so yeah, it was anti-science. Like all the other stuff was, I mean, very patriotic history stuff, of course. We didn't talk about a lot of the. But to be fair, even when I was in public school where I grew up, 'cause I grew up. To be fair, where I grew up, we didn't really talk about the real history either. It was very, because I grew up very rural. I grew up in rural Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Really, really small town. If you want to know
Shooting
how
shotguns and splashing around in creeks and doing all sorts of riding that abandoned tractor in the woods.
Ding dang, exactly. Mountain lions got the goats again.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm, and if you want to know how bad and how redneck and how conservative I grew up, I went to high school with Lauren Boebert. So,
good Lord, no!
Dead serious.
Oh boy,
she was a senior when I was a junior. She dropped out.
Sorry.
She dropped out her halfway through her senior year because she got knocked up. And that's.
And then they're like, "Yo, abstinence only for everyone, forever."
Yeah, because that works so well.
And now she's a grandma at 43. Like,
good luck with that, Cassie.
Yeah, so like that's the kind of environment. So even in my high school, it's not like we really delved into the real history. We didn't talk about racism. We didn't talk about like. Of course, it was that very whitewashed kind of history, right? Yeah, what's racism and slavery? Those aren't real.
You're not allowed to do that. I heard so.
It's fake news. Fake news. It's only on CNN.
Right. MSDNC.
Yeah. So like the way I describe it, like I grew up not only like deeply religious, but I was also racist. I was also misogynistic. I was homophobic. I was all of the things that make labels. A really horrible person, right?
Just you were like fitting in.
All this stuff. Yeah, I fit in. I didn't fit in that well because I didn't hate people as much as I think they wanted me to. And I think that's probably how I started breaking away from it all.
Half measures.
Yeah, right. I just wasn't committed to the hate. You know, I just wasn't. Yeah. I couldn't commit to the dark side. You know, the force guided me away.
Right.
And so along with all that, like, so I also attended like some really intense like youth group stuff. I was spent a couple days a week at my youth group. Usually I was very heavily involved. Like all my friends were youth group friends or my youth pastors who were like usually in their early 20s and stuff like that as a high schooler. Have you guys watched Shiny Happy People?
I have seen some of it. Yes. Actually, I've had one of the stars of that show on this show. So
have you seen Shiny Happy People season 2?
No.
Okay. So Shiny Happy People season 2 talks about the Teen Mania Ministries, which did like the Acquire the Fire Christian youth convention, these mega youth conventions in the late 90s, the 1990s and the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. And these were like huge conventions they put up in major cities. I went to the one in Denver multiple times. And like, so if you ever watched Shiny Happy People, if anyone here has seen Shiny Happy People season 2, episode 1, that was my childhood. These huge like Christian mega like these huge Christian youth group organizations. Youth for Christ was the name of the youth groups that they used to go to, the Youth for Christ youth groups. And we used to go to the Acquire the Fire, the DCLA mega conventions. So very, very entrenched in this like semi-cult kind of stuff going on. And so, yeah, I was deep in it. I spent a lot of time like and kind of engaged in apologetics, not deep in apologetics because where I grew up, there wasn't people challenging it. Like this was pre-major internet access. Like we were still like doing the badger videos, you know, we weren't talking about real issues on the internet at that point in time.
You're going to Homestar Runner.
Yeah. And so, yeah. And we went to, we'd go to these huge things and we just kind of fire up this like fervor for Christianity, the warrior kind of Christianity, the warrior for Christ, the soldiers for God kind of mentality, very kind of semi-militaristic vibes going on. And it really did kind of build up the modern Christian nationalist movement we're dealing with today. Like that straight comes from the culture that I grew up in.
I was about to say everything now is very coded in that same language of on fire for Christ and preserving the. It's like, okay, guy, okay, relax. Okay, this is rural Colorado. Relax. No one's doing all of that. That's a lot of effort.
Yep. Yeah. And so that was all that stuff. And I kind of started leaving religion when I remember very specifically, I was about 17 years old. I went up to talk to one of my youth leaders, and we were talking about like going to heaven and going to hell, and what I now I recognize as the problem of evil conversation that I started having with them.
Sure.
And it was very much like, hey, like what happens if you're like a really good person, but you just don't believe in like God? Do you go to hell? And their answer like unflinchingly was, yes, you go to hell.
Oh yeah. Yep. I've heard
And
that
then
many
it was like,
times before.
it was like, what if you're a horrible person? Like you just do all these horrible things, but you ask to be saved. Like you repent, like on your deathbed, you go to heaven. Yeah, you go to heaven. Like you meet these requirements. You repent. You genuinely repent, whatever that means. And you give your life to Christ. Doesn't matter how much of your life is left. Everything's forgiven. You go to heaven. And I'm sitting there,
which is
like,
crazy because that means that some victims of some serious crimes have to spend eternity with their fucking crime committing people. Like the ones that commit the crimes against them.
Yep.
How is that heaven?
Right. It's kind of a deplorable eternity, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like if all of that is true,
sounds boring. Anyway.
I don't want to participate. Right. Like that sounds. It does. Eternity is terrifying as a concept. So dull. Especially if all
also
you're doing
it's not
is
possible.
Come on, guys. We're going to sing Holy, Holy, Holy for 10,000 years. You guys ready?
10,000? Right, well, you cut it short, but
can we stop it?
We'll switch after that.
Can we stop it after like 13 milliseconds?
You know what I mean? Like,
okay, we're done.
Who would want to do like, oh, and then we'll go to heaven and praise God? I'm like, forever? That'd be really whack after like a week. It's like, dude, you want me to sing again?
Right?
You want
Even
me to
as a
sing
teenager,
you again?
Right? Even when I was like really into it, I had a hard time doing it for like a weekend. Right? After a weekend, it's like, okay, I want to go play some video games now. Final Fantasy is calling, bro. Like, sorry, Jesus. Like, Cloud needs my help.
Right. It needs me.
Right? It's like I only got 90 hours in my Final Fantasy 7 save. I gotta keep going. Sorry, Jesus, you're gonna have to wait.
What do you mean the next one's not coming out up here? What do you mean? We're not gonna get the next one in heaven? This is bullshit. Send me back.
Right? Can you imagine dying and losing out on all the best sequels? Like,
you gotta watch. We all know. You gotta watch everybody else play them. Like, I could be playing that.
Right. Well, you can't do that because you're too busy like worshiping Sky Daddy, right?
Playing tambourine for knees. Silent Night.
Yeah.
For 10,000 years, just hitting.
Yeah, you're too busy on your knees juggling his ego.
Sure. Holy, holy, we get it.
Right.
Can I switch to the triangle now?
I'm bored with this. I'm bored.
Hey, I had the maracas when I was in youth band, so like I could do that for a while. That's the fun instrument.
Or the egg. Give me the egg. I could throw it around.
Sky Wizards.
I'd appreciate some Sky Wizards.
Right? I mean, can't be worse. Can't be worse than what we got now.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So, do you remember like maybe not the precise, but the time when you were like, this shit can't be real? Like, do you remember sort of that kind of aha moment you had? Or
the thing is, I really kind of don't remember like a very singular specific. I remember the specific moment that I started saying, hang on, I need to think about this more seriously. I need to start actually analyzing this and looking at this. Not only is this true, but is this something that is good? And what I want, if it is true, do I want to be supportive of it? Because that's where I started. Like the problem of evil isn't why I don't believe God exists. I don't believe God exists because it's a bullshit concept that has zero evidence supporting it. But this is the trigger that got me to really start thinking about it and thinking about how seriously I'm taking it and if I'm actually approaching this properly. And so from that point on, there was like a 5 to 7 year period. And I say 5 to 7 years because I can't even really pinpoint this area. Like I started kind of being, well, okay, well, maybe I'm not like this kind of Christian. Maybe I'm going to be a different kind of Christian. Let me find a version of Christianity. Yeah. Let me shape Christianity around my morals and see if I can find something that fits. I mean, that's what you do, right? And so then I start being like, okay,
worldview shopping.
Yeah, exactly, right. I just didn't realize I had other worldviews to shop for a while. I thought I was in the Christian only worldview store.
Yeah.
And then I kind of searched the whole thing a couple of years, and I realized, wait, there's other stores out there. And so that's when I kind of walked out the door, and I said, okay, well, maybe not Christianity, but still like spiritual, right? And that whole step, and then, well, maybe not super spiritual, maybe like deistic, maybe this kind of like this cosmic fence sitter of an agnostic for a while. And then I just kind of realized at one point in time, and I don't even remember when, but it was just like, I don't believe any of it's actually true. And so I was kind of just like shifting, and even if that's when I kind of said to myself, I don't think this is true. Like, I think that was probably true for a good year or two before that. I just didn't have the cojones to say it out loud, you know? And I think that was
because the thought sheriff might hear you thinking that you don't believe something, and then you get hit by a bus.
Right. You got a Pascal's wager your way for a couple of years, you know, until you realize it's a horrible wager. Like, it's a lose wager. Like, you don't win on that one.
It's like, wait, I'm afraid of him? Is that right? Wait, is that supposed to be that? No, wait, that's not right.
Right? But he's not even real. Like, what's like? Wait, he's gonna send me. He's gonna send me to the place with all the good music. That's not so bad. None of the good musicians end up in heaven, even if it's real. Let's be honest.
Miles Davis didn't make it.
Yeah. No, not even close.
Dizzy didn't make it.
No, not even close. No.
Ozzy's doing a concert right now, if hell's real. And it's probably kicking serious ass right now. So
well, I mean, it depends on the type of Christian that you are. Some Christians might think Ozzy repented later in his life and therefore is eligible for heaven. So because he did, from what I understand, fall under the Christian umbrella when he died. Like, so he wasn't biting heads off bats anymore. So he may have been, you know, he's up there with Hitler now. You know, all your things get forgiven.
Right. Yeah, that's all he had to do was just like, "Oop, my bad," and then I'll open. Yeah. Hey, lift the velvet rope, guys. He's with us now. He said it. He said it right at the last second. So he's in.
You can't deny him heaven if the Pope's halfway on your side, right?
Right.
Wait, we still talking about Ozzy? I was talking about the other
guy. Yeah, I'm with you.
So yeah, that was kind of my like general kind of like process going through the whole thing. And yeah, it was I really started getting kind of more involved in like just consuming the content of like the non-religious groups. That back when Matt was on the ACA and watching a lot of his stuff, and kind of being like, yeah, and like just being kind of pissed off, as a lot of us are when we first kind of leave religion, being like, my whole life was a lie. And also having to kind of go through the whole process of realizing, wait, if I base so many of my beliefs off of this and this is bullshit, what about all these other I didn't realize they're horrible at the time. What about all these other things that I believe that might be problematic, and kind of reevaluating my racism and being like, you know, are Black people inferior? No, of course not. But that was a question I had to ask myself. Like, it's crazy. Like, telling myself now that that's something that I had to think about is crazy. But back then it was like, you grow up in that, and that's all you see everywhere. Right. And like
racism is learned, right? It's something that's taught to you, right?
It absolutely.
I don't think we're born with it, to be honest. But it's
and that's why I'm
a taught thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm a huge advocate of like kind of not throwing people immediately under the bus when they demonstrate themselves to have horrible views, because I used to have horrible views, and sometimes running them over too quickly doesn't give them the chance to recognize what the problem is and why they're wrong. And I think if I got ran over real quick when I was younger, I may not have had the opportunity to kind of deconstruct some of that stuff, you know, because people tend to double down. And that's very different when we talk about like people who are acting on it versus people who are kind of harboring those beliefs. Yeah. But not everybody has to do it, but like, you know, you got to give some people a chance. People who are like showing themselves to have a possibility of being willing to recognize that they might be doing something wrong. You got to give them a chance to realize it.
And I think friends and family should totally take those opportunities before I get my hands on them. Right? Yeah. Because when they run into us, we don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So
nor should you.
family members and friends, please grab your loved ones, hold them close, Tiny Dancer, and teach them the ways of non-bigotry, because if they have to learn that themselves, it is not always that could be a one-way mission.
Nope. But and that's why, like in the conversation of racism, that's my job. That's not your job. It's not your job to teach people not to be racist. That's my job as someone who used to be racist, right? Like,
just show them the consequences,
right? Show them the error of their ways, right?
This is what other people should have told you before you got to this level. But now you're here.
Now you're here, and let's like prevent you from doing a hate crime. Like, let's keep you from falling down that Christian nationalist pipeline.
Which
and
has
same thing with
no
misogyny.
cute girls in it, like no money.
Oh man, don't even get me started on the alt-right. Like do they realize that like the male, very tangential, the male loneliness epidemic is a right-wing problem. The left doesn't have that problem.
No, they got boyfriends and girlfriends. and non-binaries. Like they got everybody on the left.
I know, me and my boyfriend broke up, so I only have a wife now. So I'm also poly.
It's hard.
I deconstructed relationships too, so I'm polyamorous as well. I went from like hardcore, like I was afraid of having sex until I was like 19.
Yeah.
Like kissing a girl was terrifying for me. And now I'm polyamorous.
Really?
I used to be racist. Now I'm in an interracial marriage with a mixed baby. I used to be homophobic, and now I'm pan. I had a boyfriend for a while. We broke up, but that's separate thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of amazing how much your life opens up when you get rid of all the garbage that holds you back from shit.
It's like a stopper in the tub.
It really is.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is there anything, was there any like fallout from your discovery? Like how has that kind of like affected your life now that you're just like, you know what, I'm coming out, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, how was that decoupling from one pond to the other, jump into a new pond?
Yeah, how did that affect your life?
I'm very fortunate in the sense that it didn't hit me as hard as I know it hits a lot of people. And like my mom's gonna end up watching this later. I know it because she watches everything I put out. Hi, Mom. But we had a little bit of an issue when it happened. We had a little bit of an issue when it happened, right? It was and the phrasing that she used, she's like, "I'm disappointed in you that you aren't holding to the things that I taught you to believe." And I was like, well, maybe you should have taught me to believe better things. And I'm gonna get in trouble for that statement later, but it's still true.
Hey,
sorry, Mom.
This is your episode. If she wants to come on and do a rebuttal, she's more than welcome to. You can tell your story, Mom. If that's okay, Mom.
Thanks, man. But now me and my mom have a wonderful relationship. Like we talk.
That's good.
We'll talk a little bit about the stuff, like we talk a little bit about politics, a little about religion.
Literally me and my mom. That's funny.
Yeah. There was a little bit of an issue with me and my sister for a little bit, where there was a point in time where she was like, "You're not allowed to talk to my kids about anything relating to religion." And I was like, I'm not like coming up here like telling them, "Don't believe in God, he's a dick." It's like, but she was afraid I was gonna try and deconvert her kids. And just because if the topic came up. But no, it's very much like if the topic came up, I'm not going to shut my mouth about it. I don't do that.
No, nor should
I used to use my very loud, obnoxious white boy voice to do horrible things. So now I got to use it to do good things, right? And so I ain't going to shut up just because it's inconvenient for people sometimes.
Or uncomfortable or whatever. Like, sorry, but
yeah,
we're not shutting up. Especially when you try to influence everyone with your beliefs and change legislature and stuff like that. Like, fuck you.
I have a medical condition called no fucks. It's chronic. Like I can't get rid of it.
Sounds very Gen X to me.
Yeah.
I can't produce fucks internally, Neil.
It's like It's like diabetes, but for fucks, right? Like you can't some people can't produce insulin. I can't produce fucks.
It's a fuck insufficiency, you know.
Just look out this window. My field of fucks is barren.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna check my pocket and see how many fucks I have. Oh, I'm empty, just gone. There's no more fucks.
And I'm wearing sweatpants, so shouldn't have been checking my pockets. Oh, almost.
So, but no, I for the most part, like my family relationships have been pretty good as a result of religiosity, like leaving religion, leaving some of the other stuff, and being a very vocal advocate in regards to like queer rights and trans rights and stuff like that. Did end up leading to a falling out with my dad, and I cut him off in 2020, and just
boundaries are important.
Yep.
Yeah, and we just buried him today. So that's why I'm out of home today. That's why I'm out traveling. And it's it's a tough thing, someone you didn't have a relationship with the past couple of years, but that was much more related to social issues than it was religiosity. He bounced back and forth between being like a hardcore Christian and being an absolute like God's not real kind of person.
Wait, he was bouncing back and forth between the two? Really?
He really did. Yeah, he bounced. Like one day you talk to him, he'd be like, God's not real. The next day he'd be like on the super Christian conservative bandwagon.
Let us pray.
Yeah, like it's. I think it really kind of associates with how much time he was. It depends on how many times he was hanging out with AA buddies. I think is really what it boiled down to. He spent a lot of his life in AA and like a lot of the like places where he lived and stuff, very like conservative religious areas. So everybody was hanging out with
religious overtones for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And a lot of, and like even in a lot of areas, it's not even overtones. It's like straight Christianity for a lot of places.
Yeah.
Like he was living in South Carolina, when he passed. And so,
and there is a lot of that
overtones.
And in that demographic, like that age demographic and that racial demographic, there is a lot of that yo-yoing back into hyper, like if they feel guilt about something, everybody's come on, we're all going to church and da-da-da-da, and then they just kind of get over it, and then you don't have to go to church for a little while. Then everybody get back in the van, we're going back to church. Why is everybody in here not praying? And then it's like this this like weird roller coaster that they find themselves on, trying to justify their actions to a God that doesn't exist. It's like, if you would just stop trying to prove yourself to someone who's not watching,
right?
You'll have a lot less stress in your life.
Yeah, and maybe if he could have separated from religion just a little bit, he might have stopped holding all those other really horrible beliefs he did. Yeah, because the falling out was like him. He was just like, he took an opportunity to just like shit on queer people in general. And when I called him out on it and challenged him for it, his retort was basically like, well, if we're going to have a relationship, you can't like call me out on this shit. And I was like, well, I guess we don't have a relationship then. Sorry. Bye.
Boundaries are
like we had a relationship. And it was predicated on the fact that if you say something dumb, I'm going to call you out on it. And he decided to say, nope, that if we're having a relationship, you can't do that. It's like, well, you're asking me to choose between you and my morals, bro. Like,
but I think that's an old school thing where you were just supposed to, look, we're family. You're just supposed to deal with my stupid shit. And then
and my criticism.
Yeah. And we are not of that generation. We do not care. That is not.
I'm going to shit on you.
I never promised that.
Yeah. I got to call you out on your shit, but you don't get to call me out on mine. Like rules for thee, but not for me kind of shit. I don't play that game. So.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not if I'm over here paying mortgage and rent and fucking. No. I
was living on the other side of the world at the time, man. I wasn't even in the same country.
So what you mad?
I was helping them find a place to live. I was helping them house hunt, like rental hunt, while I'm living in fucking Japan. I'm like doing international research for them. No, I didn't come back. I was just doing it all on the internet for them.
Why would you ever come back from Japan?
Well, so. I didn't come back from Japan. Well, Japan's falling fascist right now too, bro.
Yeah, bad. But they don't all have guns.
True.
I think I could take like multiple people in a fight. Versus like the 700-pound Walmart people that are here. You know what I mean?
You don't even have to take the 700-pound Walmart people in a fight, though. They can't stand up to fight you. They're just going to try and run you over with their moped.
They trap you. They did the pincher maneuver. That's the cavalry. First, they send in the waves of the Walmart scooters.
Is that what Civil Wars? Is that what the American Civil War is going to look like? Is you're going to see
the second one,
the MAGA cavalry coming in on their
CW2. Everybody remembers CW2.
So, yeah. So I was living in Japan for a few years, but then I ended up moving to China, and then I came back because of COVID. Because the only place worse to be than America during COVID was China. So,
word.
Yeah, they had it pretty bad there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Side quest. How many languages do you speak?
I speak moderate conversational Japanese. I speak a little bit of Chinese, and I sometimes speak acceptable levels of English.
I wish I was at that level.
I'm working on it. I got the what's it called? The little owl, Duolingo. I'm gonna learn English.
Oh, you're doing it via AI now, huh?
Oh no, is Duolingo all AI? Gross.
It is. Duolingo went like leaned into the AI.
I knew it started to suck.
Bad. Yep, that a lot of backlash there.
And it's all fucking ads now. That explains everything.
Yep. So yes, that was cool. That was a crazy time. That was a crazy time because like when I left the US to move to Japan, I was still like very entrenched in like a lot of my identity. I felt like was about being an atheist in a very Christian country, and like combating that and like waiting for JWs to knock on my door to have a good time. And then I go to Japan where nobody gives a fuck. Which is so trippy, man. You go to another country and you're like, oh yeah, I'm an atheist. And they're like, so
great.
It's like, this is so nice.
Jerry.
It was jarring at first, but it was so nice.
We don't know what normal people are like. We live here. And even if people aren't complete freak bags, I feel like an uncomfortable percentage of people pretend to be part of that group just because they feel like they have the only way to have morals is to be associated with the absolute psycho pants people who believe that, the earth is 6,000 years old and that, I mean, we just missed the rapture by about 3 weeks here, but apparently we were supposed to all just be clothes on the floor. Like these people are like literally selling houses and cars. I don't need it. I'm about to get taken away because TikTok told me. And then in Japan, they're just like, yeah, the subway is really clean today. And I'm just like, damn, bro, how do I get that?
Right. Like, yeah. I mean, Japan's not free of racism, but I'm pretty sure anyone who's ever experienced racism would much prefer Japanese racism over American racism. Like,
it says here that the far right is rising in Japan. The National Populist Party, Sansito, which means Japanese first, gained significant momentum. Sansito, okay, in 2025, and the upper house election is growing.
Yep, and the PM that they're poised to place as the prime minister is very much like a female Japanese version of Trump, like super xenophobic, super like antiquated conservative values. Like she's so conservative, she probably believes that she shouldn't be the prime minister, like that kind of shit.
I will now let my husband talk for the rest of my speech.
Yeah, exactly. like the kind of like person, like she's gonna get into power and she's gonna be like, yes, women should not be in positions of authority, and that's why we should only have male emperors, without actually realizing sorry, I got really distracted from a comment. Is she hot? Everyone's hot to somebody, bro.
That is facts. You're scratching somebody's itch out there.
What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that?
They're trying to like
curiosity, I guess.
Where is my passport? Because he said prime minister.
Well, Japan's always been sort of conservative leaning for the most part, even though the Liberal Democratic Party or whatever is the one was in power for the majority. For the majority, they've always been kind of that conservative edged sort of thing, but not like shitty conservative. I mean, obviously there's some that is, right?
But they're super misogynist. They've always been super misogynistic.
Yeah.
I like to tell people Japan's like sexist issues are basically the U.S. post World War II, right? They're still stuck there.
Yeah.
So that was tricky.
50s racism to black people is like, oh, from the Japanese, and they didn't even got pickup. Oh, we could do this. Yeah, you said nothing but a word. We're used to people not liking it. You just gonna leave us alone? That's what you do in your culture when you don't like people. You ignore them.
Yeah, I had
do tell. Sounds great.
Yep, it's from my understanding as let me talk about the experience of black people in Japan as a white guy now.
Yeah,
Gaijin to ninja.
So like pretty much all the types of racism you experience in the US you experience in Japan. Like all of the negative consequences, it's harder to find jobs, people cross the street, people kind of assume like the worst view, they think you're gonna be more violent, all of that shit, but they're not gonna shoot you. Like
if you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. Hey, I can take the regular shit.
So yeah, that's what I understood from the friends that I had that were black in Japan who kind of talked about that stuff. So
I this may or may not be cap, but from what I understand, Japan's population is kind of old, like really, really old, and they're having like a young people problem.
Yeah, it's fucked because they ain't fucking.
And it's interesting you say that. They've been trying to get brothers over there. It's what that's the word on the street. Looking for boyfriends. I'm like, see, I'm married and stuff already. So I'm like, look, my child doesn't speak English yet. So if she could just learn Japanese, y'all could just count this as one of y'all babies. Y'all was looking for babies. We could just provide a baby that doesn't even have to go to the hospital. It's already born. Look at that.
Right.
Just needs snacks. Please
right? You don't even worry about the packaging. It's already set.
What the hell?
Pre-made. No, tons of mice much older. like notably older than
literally in 9 days I'm going to be in my last year of my 50s.
Oh boy.
Then it's a whole new digit.
That's middle-aged in Japan, so you're good.
Okay, right. Well, there you go. So I can have my midlife crisis now?
Yeah.
Well, I think I already did with all the Lego, but
I mean, I think
that's just a cry for help.
If you're in your 50s and you move to Japan, that is a midlife crisis, right? Like,
I still want to go to Japan, so
it's good time. I mean, there's some great places. If you do go to Japan, hit me up. I literally have an entire document I wrote for my friends to be like, you should go here, you should do this. Yeah.
I wanted to go for my 40th, which is next year or 2 years from now.
Yeah. I want to go back, but it's going to be a while because now my wife is Chinese, so we always end up in China now. Every time we want to travel, it's like, well, we got to go to China. We got to go see family. We got to go see grandma.
China's pretty cool too.
Yeah. China's awesome. Better, way better. Like I love Japan, but Chinese food is way better.
Wow.
And I say that, and if you disagree, you've probably only had like
Panda,
like Panda Express, or like
Panda Express,
or like.
I've had authentic Chinese. Like I've had it for years because there was Chinese people who grew up in my
BC,
Yeah. There's plenty of
all
really
the Chinese, all the sushi,
Chinese,
and it's some good stuff here. As a matter of fact, folks from Japan come here and try all the sushi joints here, and they go, "Holy crap, it's better than ours!"
Because you got salmon right there.
Yeah. You literally put your arm in the river, go, "Oh, look, salmon."
Yeah,
can't even get your boat in the water half the time. Just freaking fish everywhere. Barely any water left.
I don't think that's. I think. Yeah, that's not true anymore. There might have been
paddling now it's fish.
Now we can't find any more fish. We're running out of fish.
Yeah, Mike, we just use the fish to paddle now.
A bigger fish.
Grab a sturgeon. There we go.
Those
paddle down
monsters.
the river.
Absolute monsters.
They're huge,
and they live like 1 billion years, which is. I don't trust things that live over a century. That's just a me thing. Like if you're like 185 years old, I don't care what kind of tortoise you are. Tell me your military secrets now. I know
Was that your
you know
initial
something.
issue with God?
You're
So
too old.
Hunter wants to know where you're. It's like Sichuan, which is one of my favorite versions.
Oh, Sichuan food is amazing. I love mala. I love mala spicy.
Yeah.
My wife is actually from Hunan, which is the other type of really spicy. So we go. She grew up in Hunan, so we go ham on like if you see Chinese food that's like covered in red peppers and you're like picking out bits of food out of the
chili oil.
I love the chili oil. My wife makes an amazing chili oil.
It burns so thoroughly.
Twice.
Oh, twice, yes. Look, I'm gonna have Mongolian beef. I'm a tough guy. I'm under hostage right now.
Yeah, no. The Sichuan food is like the numbing spicy, and then the Hunan is like the red pepper spicy. So, if you ever try to figure out what the difference is there, but yeah, it's and that's why Chinese food is better than Japanese food, because Japanese food has like 3 different varieties. Chinese food has like 50. So much diversity.
Additional side quest. Did
I
any
like
of
them
the
both, but
did any of the Eastern religions kind of like pique your fancy? That once you were kind of like,
yeah, I was going to ask that too.
So did like Buddhism or Taoism? Did any of that kind of appeal to you?
Not really. I mean, I think ultimately, by the time I moved to Japan and to China, and actually, because the whole reason I'm going to Japan is I specialized. I studied history. I specialized in Japanese history. I would qualify myself as a historian. I used to be a history teacher, all this fun stuff. And so, but by the point in time, I really started getting deep enough into
do you know the history of the Hidden Leaf Village, by the way?
I do. Yeah. They're hiding in the leaves. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for the wood techniques, though. That's where the secrets lie.
Yeah.
And I think by the time I started kind of being exposed to those, I had already kind of developed a good epistemology, or at least a better, not as good as I have now, I don't think, but a much better one than I grew up with. So, like, I started looking at the things, and the first question I'd ask, like, why? And unless you grow up in some of these religions, like, it's really hard to get past that why, unless you already grow up kind of with it built in, indoctrinated into it, as it were. And the same thing's true about Christianity. If you kind of pull back, you look at Christianity, it's like, why? If you start with that one question, why, and you actually stick to that question and actually wait for a real answer to it, and not some kind of bullshit like trick where they try and sneak around the why, you're not going to get much further than that. I think that's why I kind of never really stuck with it. I love some of the mythology of it, some of that stuff, but like, I don't believe any of it's true. Like,
for sure.
I'm not. Don't read the chat. Infidel says, I was thinking of becoming a Buddhist, but then I found out you got to be chill. I can't do that shit.
That's true. That's a hard one.
He's like, let it go.
It depends. It depends on the type of Buddhist. Not all Buddhists were chill. They were straight up like Buddhist warrior monks. They would pick people up, man. Like,
there was massacres.
Wars.
Yeah.
You go back in Japanese wars, and like Buddhist monks would massacre some people. Like, it was insane.
Wipe out villages with machetes. Like it was not an elegant dismantling. It was rough out there.
Yep. And for those asking, how do you say flabbergasted in Mandarin? I have no idea. You could simply say that sometimes when it comes to speaking complicated Mandarin, I just am flabbergasted. So I can't get past it.
It's the same word, actually, guys.
Just next time you're there, just ask them what would be the Chinese version.
I could just ask my wife.
There you go. Yeah.
Be like, hey, hon, how do you say flabbergasted in Mandarin? How do I say my name in Mandarin now? She'll be like, and then she'll tell me like my real name. And I'll be like, no, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. I already have that one. That one's so fun.
That one's boring.
No.
Been there, done that.
I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say it in Japanese. There's not an equivalent word. I think confused would be word in Japanese, or
Yeah.
probably Chinese for that matter. So, yeah.
Bumfuzzled.
I do not know bumfuzzled, but I feel like I should. Like we should be probably a hidden cousin, long lost cousin at some point in time.
Yes.
You guys should do the Spider-Man meme. And then point at each other, and you're all confused.
Is there someone else out there with a username that's like equivalent to confused? Like, do we?
I was trying to think of it. I think there's a few of them that are that same kind of like play on words for like confusion.
Yeah.
Have to start a group chat.
Oh, there you go. The new mission.
Send some memes. Yeah.
Let the memes flow.
Yeah. No, my wife would absolutely be flabbergasted if I asked her like what flabbergasted was in Mandarin. She does not understand any of this conversation about religion. She is very much like, who cares? Like we moved to America and she had to watch like the docu-series on like religious cults before she started kind of getting it. Like I could explain it all day to her and she's like, why would people even believe that? Like
Yeah, valid question.
Yeah,
in China, they pretty much frown on religion in China, pretty much. So,
in a lot of ways, like there's some kind of like traditional beliefs that kind of stick out, like
sure,
ancestor worship, Confucius, kind of like old shit.
Yeah,
but no one really dedicates themselves to it. It's just kind of like these lingering supernatural beliefs. Japan's the same way. There's lingering supernatural beliefs that nobody takes super seriously, and they certainly don't build their worldviews around it.
Right. Which is good.
So, yeah, and it's like that's a stupid thing to believe, but also, I'm not going to fight you on it. Like keep your river gods, right? Keep your little kami, and have fun.
No.
That's fine. I don't care.
No, it makes
total throw beans at people. That's fine.
It makes total sense. Now, come along, children. Let's drink the blood of our Savior. Line up. It's blood drinking time. Just us being normal on Communion Sunday. Drink the blood, children.
Would you like to participate in cannibalism with me?
Yeah, eat this flesh.
This cracker.
It's not really a cracker. It's flesh.
It's flesh.
Just
remember, when you're eating Jesus, he likes it.
Transmogrification. What do they call it? Transubstantiation, something like that?
Transubstantiation. Yeah, that's the term. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
we're normal,
I didn't grow up
eat
Catholic.
Flesh.
I didn't even grow up Catholic, and we still did that shit. That was like, hey man, you want to eat some people? Got people crackers up here. We got some people crackers up here.
There's just a dude in a trench coat like, I'm here to eat people. No, sir, get out. No, it's crackers. It is a metaphor. Get the fuck. I heard there was people for eating.
It's people. They're eating people.
Is it? Hang on. I have a serious question. Is it the fact that they think Jesus was white the reason why they call white people crackers? Is because of transubstantiation?
That's y'all's word. Fair is fair.
That seems like it makes sense, right?
That's sort of fucking weird correlation going on there.
This is how ADHD brains work, and I love it sometimes.
They had to change the logo on the restaurant. Motherfuckers lost their minds. They were like, oh, we're not represented. I was like, is that his name? His name was the
Why are you bouncing around?
What are you talking about, Neil?
Wait,
I was off-centered, so then I tried to zoom it, and then I was like, I fucked it up.
Just making it worse.
I was gonna lean in and be like, he's not moving at all. Neil, you've been drinking too much, man.
Well, yeah, I wish I can't drink anymore.
What are you talking about, Neil? I haven't moved at all, Neil. You must be seeing things.
I'm never buying that weed again.
I saw another great question about China, about Christianity, though. It's a great question. Like they asked if in China people actually have to smuggle in Bibles, or if that's a Christian persecution kink, which it is still part of. I mean, Christian persecution kink is like 24/7. They're always into that. But no, it's real. If you are bringing a Western Bible into China, like you kind of have to smuggle that in. They will. If they catch you with it, you can get in trouble. If you have like a personal one, probably not going to have a problem. But if you're bringing in like one to give other people, or if you bring in one that you're intending to share with people, then you can really get in trouble. They have a kind of they kind of have like a sanitized version of it in China that's authorized.
Okay.
And so like they take out certain things that China doesn't want in it. And then that's the version of Christianity that is allowed to be practiced in a very kind of personal sense. Like you can't like go out preaching it. Like you have to, like they have like specialized churches that like you have to be an authorized church, Christian church, that they actually are going to check you're teaching the right Bible and all this stuff. And then those are the only churches that are allowed to operate. Like for the most part, like foreigners aren't allowed to go to them because they're afraid of the influence of I actually have a friend. I say friend with like gently here. I know a Christian, a very engaged Christian who lives in China. He lives in Beijing. And I run a Discord channel in a large server called Queer and Atheist, where I do a lot of religious and social issues like debate and stuff. And he shows up often in there. He actually, it's funny, he called into the line a couple times and just really embarrassed himself. I was like, I'm sorry that I know you right now.
That's your friend.
Yeah, well, yeah, I say friend loosely. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But he's like he's stuck on the religious stuff. And we actually talked about what it's like being a Christian in China. And so no, that's actually one time that Christians are not just making things up to make themselves feel extra persecuted. So yeah.
Very good.
China was like, yo, check your bullshit at the gate. No, leave that in the bucket, dog. Hey, we ain't bringing that shit in here.
Yeah. Sorry, the only brainwashing allowed is done by us. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be doing the brainwashing. Thank you very much. And your outside Western dog shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap up the interview because we usually go for about an hour, and it's almost an hour. So
sounds good.
We are going to do an after party, folks. So if you're interested and you want to be involved in the after party, you want to hang out with us and meet this fine gentleman right here, you can ask for a link through myself or Mikey over here, and we'll get it to you. You can join us. We'll usually be in there with our usual crew, Ollie and Michael probably, and probably Sadie, and you never know who else. Stephanie and whatnot. They usually pop in for these. So come and hang out with us and have some fun for a little bit. But we do like to ask one of these questions before we close out the show. Of most of the time, we ask this question of our guests: if you could go back in time to old religious you and give yourself a message, what would that message be, or advice, or something?
Probably
change your underwear.
No, I didn't have that problem, fortunately.
I don't wear underwear, stupid.
I mean, I did grow up that kind of redneck. So I think what I would tell myself,
you wore it on your head. Okay, I got you.
I think what I would tell myself if I went back to like teenage, like deep religiosity, I'd be like I'd probably just try and encourage myself to like look at it deeper. Like actually start like all those questions that you think about but you don't ever ask because you're afraid of the answers. Start asking them. Like start asking the questions that you are afraid of asking or people have told you you're not allowed to ask. Start asking them more and actually start waiting for answers for them.
Very good.
I like
good. And I'll just do a quick response to the question in the chat. There says you guys should do deconversion stories of people leaving the cult of atheism. Well, you don't deconstruct from atheism because there's nothing to deconstruct from. Basically, you guys claim there's a God. We're saying, okay, prove it. And you can't do that. So we go, well, then I don't fucking believe you. So that's all there is to it.
This is the cult we have.
Not a cult.
Here's the cult. Hey, everybody, welcome to the meeting. What are we supposed to do? Not believe in God. Wasn't I doing that at home? You know what? You're right. Let's just not have any more meetings. And then the cult was over. Because we don't have any activities to do together. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're not all...
It's crazy that the people who come from the organization that, as we mentioned earlier, encouraged you to drink human blood and eat human flesh, is calling the people who don't want to eat human flesh and drink human blood a cult. That's just...
Yeah, how
I think
weird
you're getting
is
some
that?
things mixed up here a little bit, right?
They're defiling their temple by smoking that devil's lettuce. Pass me the blood of our Savior.
And if I may, can I do a quick little shout out about something with RFR?
Absolutely.
Sorry,
there are links to RFR in the description box below as well. If you also the Clergy Project and Secular Therapy.
So I work with RFR. I'm a support group leader with them as well. We didn't get to talking about that, but I work with RFR as a support group leader, and we are starting it's a project I've been working on TikTok, RFR Lives, where we're going to start bringing basically the Recovering from Religion support group system and bringing it to TikTok Lives. So check it out and look out for that. Recovering from Religion's TikTok, we showing up there, and you'll see me on there quite a bit. So
awesome, because I follow that on TikTok as well. They're a very worthwhile
follow
Yeah.
organization.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. They really are, and I support them quite a bit, and I put these stickers everywhere as soon as I can. So,
yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Flabbergasted, thank you so much for jumping in here with Mikey and myself. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your story.
Yeah,
our pleasure. We'll probably be in touch. And by the way, if you see us live and you're at home with your good setup, as you call it, and you want to jump in the after party and hang out with us anytime, man, anytime.
I'd love to. Yeah,
we just say just ask us and we'll send you a link. You can jump in. Now we do take a bit of a break between the two, so just so you can go have a snack or grab a new drink or a bio break or whatever.
Got to go do a shot.
There you go.
Yes.
My uncle's waiting down there with me with a bottle of Crown. We're supposed to do a shot when I'm done. So
nice. All right. So so we will do that. Thank you to all of our members and all the other folks that hang out in the chat and support the show. We appreciate you all for what you do for us. We really do. And again, if you want to be in the after party, you can ask for a link. We'll send one to you, or there is a link below where you can just click on that and just hang out in the chat with us and keep supporting the channel. Until then, guys, like I always say at the end of the interview part, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
There's Michael. Cheers.